Joe Rogan is by far beating out primetime news. Twitter users compared ratings from legacy media with the Joe Rogan Experience using data from Nielsen and Spotify. Rogan receives an average of 11 million viewers per show. In comparison, Tucker Carlson gets 3.24 million, and Rachel Maddow has an average of 2.2 million. This comes as the Twitter-like social media platform GETTR claims it's seen a boost in users after Rogan joined in response to his content being taken down from Twitter and YouTube. GETTR also cited Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's banishment from Twitter as a reason for the surge in membership. Robby and Ryan, did you guys join GETTR yet? You guys on it?
I just asked Ryan yesterday in between segments whether I should. I guess I'm going to.
You got to get on. I haven't gotten on yet, but I'm going to have to. I was on Parler until...
I was on Parler.
Yeah, until
I was not active there whatsoever.
It's sort of back, right? Isn't Parler back?
It is. I think it is back, yeah. I haven't been able to log in to my Parler, so I don't really know what's going on with that.
Can't you not even log into Instagram, Kim?
I can't log in.
This is a you problem.
It might be a me problem. I'm technologically disadvantaged.
But,
I did join GETTR, so and Rogan already has like 18 million followers on GETTR or something outrageous.
Jesus.
Yeah,
wow.
I don't know how that happened.
There's no way it's 18 million, but that's a lot.
Are there 18 million people at GETTR?
I don't think there's...
That's what I was kind of... I wasn't sure, but I thought that was a lot, and I wasn't sure. Did they just give them every
the most
follower?
popular Twitter account, I don't think even has 18 million followers, but maybe
How many does he have? Oh, I'm sorry. He has 8 million followers.
8 million. Okay, that's believable. Like Donald Trump's Twitter account had, I don't know how many million.
Yeah.
How many does... I don't know. How many does Kanye West have? Who's the likely to be the most? Kim Kardashian?
Probably Kim Kardashian has a lot of Twitter users. But, I think what this goes to show is that
she has 70 million Twitter followers. Okay, that's more than I was thinking.
That's insane. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Obviously, Joe Rogan is very, very popular. And these
So he could have 18 million, I guess. Well, on Twitter, not on this platform that has only existed for a while.
Yeah, this new one. But overnight to get 8.7 million followers is cool. That is really huge. And that kind of, I guess, maybe does go to show that 11 million people actually do listen to all of his episodes. A lot of times you can have an audience of 11 million. Right, and they all followed him together. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to have 11 million viewers and then maybe they tune in here or there throughout the month or, once a month or something. But for him to have that many per episode, that's a lot. I mean, that's like combining all of the cable big shows together.
It's staggering. I mean, Tucker's show is huge. You could I've been on it sometimes. I can tell that it has a bigger audience than other TV shows I do. I get a ton of people will follow me on Twitter, or Instagram, or friend me on Facebook after I'm on, like at a much larger volume than other shows. So you can tell how big that show is. And Rogan's got like 3 times as many. Or more. I can't do simple math, but
it's longer and more intimate, so it builds a tighter relationship with the viewer. And we've talked about this before on the show, but one thing he's benefiting from is the shift in the way that people who work basically shift labor, like truck drivers, cabbies, people who work in kitchens, construction workers, because you now have a smartphone on you, you can listen while you're doing whatever it is you're doing at work, or in the kitchen. You can just have it on, and everybody in the kitchen, is listening to it. That's how Rush Limbaugh became so popular. People, it's just something to entertain you throughout the day. Most kind of people who work these white collar jobs don't have 3 hours or 4 hours for an episode because they're doing this quote unquote knowledge work that requires them to focus on, or they're on a Zoom and they can't be caught listening to Rogan while they're on their Zoom calls. And so
there's no doubt that there's no doubt that radio and podcasting, which is basically like radio, builds this really, really intimate audience. I mean, I did radio for a long time. I was a syndicated radio talk show host across the country. And I will say that the majority of my listeners were always people driving, pretty much always them driving. Especially truck drivers, that's a big, they're doing these long commutes, obviously, all around the country. And then you've got people just commuting in and out of big cities. They've got 45-minute drives or 1-hour drives, and they need something to listen to going back and forth. And it really does, radio and podcasting really does build that intimate relationship. But still, to have 11 million people I mean, that is a lot of people. And I think what that goes to show is that, media is just missing the mark in many other, they're censoring people. They're deplatforming. Rogan's inviting these people on. People are wanting to hear from these voices. They're wanting to hear these alternative points of view that are not being presented by legacy media. And Rogan is kind of handing them, their rear ends on that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's time for legacy media to wake up and say, and big tech and social media, and to say, look, we're not going to censor anymore. We can't. People want to hear from these people, and then they're going to make up their own minds.
So the influence that cable news has is not because of the number of people watching it. It's because of the kind of person watching it. So it's still the case that cable news is important and influential because, like, for MSNBC and CNN, like, that's how Nancy Pelosi and other Democratic political figures are getting their news from that. They're, kind of structuring their approach, their tactical ideas based on that kind of coverage, and which is probably to their detriment because this is a smaller and smaller audience. And so Joe Rogan doesn't have, his hours are not playing in airports, right? They're not, even though you'd benefit from hearing a lot of what he has to say, it's still, it's considered by the power brokers as, well, it's this other alternative thing. And that shows you kind of the bifurcation we have.
So tomorrow on Rising, reporter Kim Ives joins us to break down the volatile situation in Haiti after Prime Minister Ariel Henry survived an assassination attempt, which may have been a fake assassination attempt. Kim will fill us in on that.
Can't wait to find out about that. And journalist and producer A.C. Thompson shares details of his upcoming documentary exploring the rise of extremism in America.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a show. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you then.